What's good, ladies and gentlemen? So I am currently about to enter into GameStop, and I'm just gonna see what they have left of this Black Friday sale. All right, everyone, so I did find a few items in GameStop, and I'll show you all exactly what I got in a little bit. I ended up picking up 3 games from GameStop, with the first one being Crackdown 3 for the Xbox One X. This is a console exclusive that I've been looking for quite a while, so I'm definitely happy to have gotten this one for very cheap. And the second game is Devil May Cry HD Collection for the Xbox 360. I actually recently picked this exact game up on the PS4. So now I have the PS4 edition, the PS3 edition, and now the Xbox 360 edition. So that's great. And the last game that I picked up is Spider-Man Web of Shadows for the PS3. This game is highly sought after when it comes to the PS3, and I actually own a copy of this already for my collection, but since the price of it was pretty good at GameStop, I am actually going to just hold on to this for trade, or either just sell it and double up. So yeah, those are all of my pickups at GameStop. They were actually doing a buy 2 get 1 free on all pre-owned games. So those are the 3 pre-owned games that I got. On to the next one. I've arrived at my next stop. It's actually a video game store called Cybertron Games, and I've been here like last year, so it's been a while. So we're definitely gonna check it out, and I'm gonna see if they will allow me to film inside. If so, I think that'll be cool. That way you can all get like a little bit of a tour of the place, but I'm hoping to find a few games in there for sure. I know their stock is great, so let's see what I can get. This is the PS2 section inside of the store, and here I am taking a look at Legion, the Legend of Excalibur, developed by Midway. I'm reading the back cover just to understand more about what this game's about. And yeah, this is the buy 2 get 1 free for any PS2 games that are $9.95 and under. So that's why I'm looking at this section in more detail. Here I am walking to the other side, and I immediately spot Ratchet & Clank Going Commando for about $15, and that is definitely a very clean copy. I see TMNT, I see XG3. If you're into Wipeout or even the F-Zero games, you would definitely enjoy XG3. Always make sure to double and triple check multiple racks just to make sure that I didn't skip over anything. And it can be very easy to skip over games that you might be looking for because you can only see the spine when they're on the racks like this. And it's funny, even at the bottom, there's multiple sports games that people are probably hardly buying, so that's why they're on the bottommost shelf. I spot X Squad, which is like a poorly reviewed game that I don't need for my collection. And here is the OG Xbox section. I'm having a lot of fun collecting for this console. And here I am taking a look at Bard's Tale, the back cover, just to read a little bit more about it. It's $9.95. That is a great price for that game. If you're looking for a console that's affordable right now to collect for, then it's definitely the OG Xbox, and there is such a great variety with that console. Here's the Xbox 360 section. We are all aware that the 360 store will be closing next year, so if you're looking to collect for this console, now is the time, especially with the exclusives that are on the console. One being Lost Odyssey, you can see here. It's one of the top 3 JRPGs for the console. All right, everybody, so I am leaving Cybertron Video Games. Was able to score a lot, and since I'm in a rush right now, I'm just gonna have to just film what I picked up from this store later, so stay tuned for that. So I have all of my pickups pickups here with me from Cybertron Video Games. And luckily enough, there was a sale going on for all PS2 and Xbox games, $9.95 and under. You were able to get a buy two, get one free. So I made sure to take advantage of that sale. My first pickup is Bard's Tale for the original Xbox. This is pretty much a hack and slash adventure type game. I really like these type of games. Ones that maybe are similar that come to mind is the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2 games on the OG Xbox and PS2 games. But yeah, happy and excited to pick up Bard's Tale for the Xbox. I think that there may be more games within this series. So if you do know, let me know in the comments down below. And it is complete with the manual and disc. The next game is Still Life for the OG Xbox. In this game, you pretty much play as a FBI agent who's investigating some crimes committed by a serial killer in Chicago. I've been wanting this game for a while because I believe it's only on PC and the OG Xbox, so it's not exclusive to this console. But at the same time, it's definitely one that I do need for my collection. So I'm happy to have it. And it is complete with the manual and disc. Now I'm going to go through all of the PS2 games that I picked up while at Cybertron Video Games. The first one being Legion, the Legend of Excalibur. And in this game, you pretty much play as King Arthur, who's wielding the Excalibur sword, and you're recruiting knights for the Round Table. This is probably like another action adventure type game. I've never played it before. It does look interesting. It's by Midway, which I do have some games for, which includes Gauntlet Dark Legacy. So I am excited to dive into this one as well. And if you're wondering, it is complete with the manual and disc. The next game that I picked up is an RPG called Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. And I believe this franchise is also on the PS1, and I believe this is just one of the games within the franchise. So I do need to seek out the other games, but I'm happy to have this one due to the low price that it was going for at Cybertron. And I believe this game, from my understanding, there's like conflict between two races of people for these like spirit stones, and these spirit stones mean different things to each of these two races. So they are in contact, I guess, in conflict with one another. And I believe this is a mixture of like a tactical / turn-based RPG. I've never played it before, but I'm definitely happy to have it in my collection now. So the next game is The Legend of Alan Dar. This is probably another adventure type game that may or may not be in third person. I did see this game on Pete Dorr's channel, and even though I believe this may be regarded as maybe one of the worst games, I believe it's still worth playing. And since Pete Dorr was definitely intrigued with this one, I thought it would be really cool to go on ahead and like pick this up for the PS2. So I have it here, and it is complete with both the manual and the disc. So I look forward to diving into that. Oh, look at that. There's like an ad for Grandia 2. So that lets you know how old this game is. It's pretty old for sure. Next up is Stuart Little 3 Big Photo Adventure. Now I'm sure some of you are wondering, like, why would you pick up a Stuart Little game? This is like for kids, rated E. Well, I have you know, I grew up playing Stuart Little 2 on the PS1. I have that game, have very fond memories because it's like a platformer, maybe similar like, you know, the Mario N64 games or any type of platform game within the Mario universe. So it just so happened that the second game I played as a kid growing up on the PS1, and I always made plans to eventually get the third game whenever I could. So I happened to see it there, and I couldn't pass up on it. So happy to have Stuart Little 3. And this is definitely an adventure kid type game, but I'm definitely going to play it for sure, and it's complete. The next game is NBA Street Volume 3. I have been wanting this game for such a long time on the PS2. I do have this specific game on the GameCube, and what's special about that version is that you can actually play as Mario, Luigi, and Peach on a single team, so that's really cool. But I definitely needed this for the PS2 collection. I have the first and second game, but I did not have the third game. And this is actually, believe it or not, getting a bit harder to maybe find out in the wild. A lot of people are maybe, referring to online sources to buy this game, but it's really very hard to come across if you're just going to different game stores within your area or even any of the other retail stores. And what's cool about this is that this is also on the Xbox. I do plan to get the Xbox version of this, but I'm definitely happy to have it for the PS2 collection now. The next game in my pickup is Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, and this is the second game in the original trilogy for the franchise. I'm still going to go ahead and make sure that I get the first and the third game, but this is a super clean copy of the second game, and I just could not pass up on it for sure. And if you're wondering if it is complete, why, yes it is, with the manual and the disc. Now, for those of you that do own the PS3, there is a PS3 collection that has the first 3 games that they ported over from the PS2 and gave it an HD lift, so to speak. So if you do have a PS3 and you're looking to get more games for that console, I highly encourage you to definitely get the HD collection of the first 3 games from Ratchet & Clank. But for me, since I do have the HD collection, I definitely want to get the original copies for sure. And the last game that I picked up is very special to my heart. It's a gem for the PS2, and that is Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy. My origins with the PS2 start with this game, and that's going to definitely be like another video in honor of the Jak and Daxter franchise. Now, I do have this for the PS2 already, but my copy is a red label. So I'm looking for all the black label copies of the first 3 games for the Jak and Daxter franchise, and they happen to have this at Cybertron Video Games. And let's open it up just to show you. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is complete with the disc, and the manual is actually a map. That's what really intrigued me a lot about this game growing up. But once again, that will be in another video. What's good, everyone? It is a different day, and I'm going to continue, game hunting and see if I could find something. So stay tuned. Okay, everyone. So we are here at Cash America, and yeah, let's see what we can find here. Here I am walking into the pawn shop, and I do spot a bin of games. You can see that there's definitely a variety of PS3 games, Xbox 360, and even Wii. And one thing to remember is that when you are game hunting, you may have to dig a little bit for sure. Some of these places may not have games stored correctly on like a particular shelf or rack. So what I'm showing you here in this part of the video is that you may have to dig some to figure out what you want. So here I am, just making sure that I go through all the games, inspecting them, opening them up to see if they are complete. I take a look at the first Rage game right here, which I actually have for the PS3 already, so there's no point in me really picking that up. And look at that, finally a game that interests me. It's the Namco Museum 50th anniversary for the OG Xbox. So I take it and make sure that I set it aside. I'm looking at all the Wii games back there, mostly low budget. There's a lot of different 360 games here, like Alpha Protocol and even Fuse. And look at that, another game that I wanted to pick up, the Lego Movie video game. I actually had that game on the 3DS, but decided to sell the 3DS. And that's the more definitive version, the PS3 version. Double checking just to make sure that I didn't leave anything unnoticed. And then I move over to these couple racks of games of, you know, PS4 and Xbox One games. I do spot the first Subnautica game for the PS4. They want 15 bucks for it. I do already have this game for the Nintendo Switch. Actually, I have the combo pack of the first and second game. And then here I am checking the bottom rack. And now I'm going to show you all the pickups that I got here at Cash America, with the first being the Namco Museum 50th anniversary for the OG Xbox. Was able to get it for $2, and it is complete with the manual and disc. The second game that I got is the Lego Movie video game on the PS3. I am collecting all the Lego video games on the PS3 and on the PS4, so glad to have this one, and also got this one for $2. So those are both of my pickups from Cash America, and we're heading to the next location. Let's get it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've arrived at my next stop here at another pawn shop, and I'm gonna see what I could find. Let's do this. All right, what's good, everyone? So I got another pickup here, secured the bag. I'll show you all what I got when I get inside my truck. Okay, everyone, so the first game that I got is on the PS1, and it's Sled Storm. I've heard really good things about this racing game, so I'm excited to try this out. And it is complete. I can't really open it up with one hand because the jewel case is broken, but just trust me, it's complete with the manual and the disc. So for the next pickup, it ended up just being the case and manual because the game was actually missing, and that is Capcom Classics Collection for the PS2. And if I open it up here, they had the manual, but they had the sports game on the inside. I ended up getting this for free just because the disc was missing, so I'm glad I was able to get that. All right, so for the next game, I am once again still collecting obscure different Wii games. Got Eminem's Beach Party right here for the Wii, and it is complete with the manual and the disc. Now I have like maybe 4 more PS2 games here, with the first one being WALL-E from the Disney movie. It is complete with the manual and disc. And then I have 3 complete World War I and II games. The Medal of Honor series, was able to get all 3 of these as well. So I actually paid a total of $15 for all those games. Really great deal. I really enjoyed coming to this pawn shop a lot. So stay tuned, and I'm heading over to my next location. Let's get it. Okay, everyone, so I've arrived at this Salvation Army store. I haven't really had any luck with finding video games, but I figured that since I am in the area, I'll just go ahead and give it a shot. So stay tuned, and let's see if I can find something. What's good, everyone? So I'm leaving Salvation Army right now. Was able to not find video games, but I found something else, and I look forward to showing you all of that pretty soon. So just stay tuned. I did not find any video games in the Salvation Army store, but instead I did find 3 t-shirts that I'm gonna probably use to flip and put towards funds for my video game collection. So the first shirt that I got is a Star Wars shirt, and it says "Not Today." And yeah, it's really cool. There's the logo right there. Now that price, that $3.99, it was actually half off, so it was really $1.99. So that's the first shirt that I found. The second shirt is a Marvel shirt. I know a lot of people like Deadpool, so I ended up finding this anti-hero Deadpool shirt, which is like really, really cool for sure. So that's gonna be the second shirt. Also got that one for like $1.99, $2. And then the last shirt, I know that people like Pokemon, so when it comes to like these t-shirts, I'm always looking out for, you know, this type of brand for sure. So here's like an Eevee shirt, has like, I think 9 different evolutions of Eevee. And you could see like right here, it is Pokemon branded. I saw this maybe going for like $20 online. So, you know, I was able to buy it for $1.99. And I look forward to, you know, flipping these shirts and adding more games to my game collection. I think what I'm going to be doing a lot moving forward is making sure that I pick up more t-shirts. I haven't really been doing that a lot lately, but it's something that I want to, you know, delve more into to fund my game collection. So I'm very happy about all those 3 pickups. Let's go ahead and head over to our next location. I have arrived at the next location, this like Sunshine thrift store, and at times they do have some video games, but let's see what I could find today. Okay, everyone, that was actually a bust. I didn't find anything worth picking up. There were some Wii games and Xbox 360 games, but they were more common titles than anything, and they weren't necessarily cheap. They were kind of market value, so I passed up on that. I also passed up on some other shirts that were video game related. They knew what they had, and it was pretty much, you know, the value that you would find for them online, like on eBay. So, you know, even though we weren't able to score anything, we're gonna go ahead and head over to our next stop. So let's go ahead and get it. Okay, everyone, I have arrived at the second Salvation Army store. And since we did find those t-shirts at the first location, I'm hoping I could find some here at this location as well. And, you know, if they have any video games, that'll be a plus. Let's see what I could find. So that was pretty much a bust as well for the second Salvation family store. So now I'm about to head over to another location. Hopefully this will be either a pawn shop or a thrift store. So let's get it. I just arrived at my next location. I'm gonna see if they have any video games. This pawn shop at times does and at times doesn't. It's really a hit or a miss. So hopefully I can find something. Let's go. So inside this pawn shop, I was able to find a couple games that I'll show later, but I also want to show you inside of this pawn shop. They sell everything. You can see they have sneakers on the wall, jewelry, and look, they're even selling a PS5 out of the box as well. So I was able to find a couple of games here at the pawn shop, with the first one being Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth for the Nintendo Wii. And it is complete with the manual and disc. I believe that there are a couple of other Avatar games that are on the Wii that I still need to find, but I'm definitely glad that I was able to get that one for $2. And the next game is also a Wii game, and it's called Ocean Commander. I don't know that much about this game, but after reading the back of it, it seems like it's a shoot 'em up. So yeah, I'm excited to play this one too. And it is complete with the manual. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to play this one too. And it is complete with the manual and disc. All right, so now that I've gotten my 2 pickups at this location, it's time to head to the next. Let's go. Okay, everyone, so I've arrived at my next stop. This is another Goodwill. Let's see if they have some video games. I'm definitely gonna check out the t-shirts and see if I can find some good retro ones. So I was able to pick up one thing from Goodwill. They didn't have any video games at all. Like, this one was just completely cleared out, but I was able to pick up a really cool t-shirt that I will show you all as soon as I get back inside my truck. So stay tuned. Here is the t-shirt that I was able to pick up for $5. I do wish it was cheaper, but I'm hoping that when I do flip it, I'll be able to gain a little bit of profit. And that is Disney's Cool Runnings, which is really cool. And there's the official logo right there with Disney. So it's a really awesome tie-dye shirt. And yeah, I'm excited to at least have come across this at Goodwill. Now, we got one more stop to make. I'm hoping I can find maybe a few more games as well. So let's see what happens. Let's go. Okay, everybody, I am here at our next location, Pawn Max, another pawn shop. I know this place does have some games, so I'm hoping that they'll have a really good selection. So let's go ahead and find out. There's a bunch of 360 games and also Connect games. I did spot these 3 games here. Wow, look at all the Wii games. And then there's Xbox One and even PS4. So it's a question of which of these 3 did I pick up? Okay, everyone, I was able to find some games at this location too. The bag is secured. I'll show you all exactly what I got as soon as I get back into my truck. Okay, everyone, so the first game that I picked up here at this last stop at the pawn shop is Def Jam Rap Star. Apparently this is like the last Def Jam game that I need for the entire PS2, PS3 collection. So I was happy to get this for $3. All right, the next game is Song of the Deep on the Xbox One. I've been looking for this game quite some time. I believe it isn't an exclusive to the Xbox because you can, you know, play this on Steam. But as far as console, you know, as far as playing it on the console, definitely wanted to get this for the Xbox One, so happy to have that. All right, the next game is Rayman Legends. Been wanting to get this game for a while. I do have Rayman Origins, but definitely needed the Rayman Legends for the PS4. And I'm gonna put it up here. It is complete with just the disc because the PS4 games don't have manuals. And then the last game that I have is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. This is the Day 1 edition that does have some DLC, which I'm not gonna show on camera. And the DLC is there. More than likely, it's probably, you know, used already, but that's okay. At least we have a complete copy of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Okay, everyone, thank you all so much for joining me on this little game hunting trip. I was able to go to a couple of game stores, some pawn shops, as well as some thrift stores, and we were able to pick up quite a bit of video games and a few t-shirts. If you do like this type of content, I definitely encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all within the next video. I'm out.